If persecution, misconceptions, and radical anti-Semitism wasn't enough, the church took it a step further. They adopted a replacement theology that God has supplanted Israel and the Jewish people with the Gentile church as his chosen people.
Replacement theology is one of the greatest obstacles that we have to bringing the gospel here to our Jewish people and proclaiming it, because it says that Israel has been replaced with the church, and those who came first have now been disposed, and there's a new family with a new covenant, and all the promises that God made to Abraham, maybe he winked a little bit, and all the promises that he made to the prophets and so on and so forth.
I believe there's a narrative within the church as well, and we have created a dogma in the church. We have considered ourselves higher than what we should. We've created a place where we have replaced Israel. We have taken the covenants and the promises and made them ours. Well, it's true, they are ours, but it's because we've been grafted in to their covenant. We've been grafted in to the citizenship of Israel and all of the benefits that come from this covenant. We did not have a God like Israel's God. All of us in the nations, where our ancestors were worshiping Tammuz and Molech and Ashtoreth, and this was our God. The only one true God was Israel's God, and they shared their God with us.
Paul warns about it in Romans 11. I don't want you to be ignorant of this mystery. What's the mystery? Hardness in part has come upon Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles comes in. What's Paul's point? It's a mystery. It is now being revealed and understood that God has not forsaken Israel. There's just a temporary hardness over them, and it's not over the whole people, because there's always a remnant that believes. The church mistook that for thinking God's finished with Israel. We are the new Israel, and that's the source of the blindness, an ignorance that leads to arrogance.
In that same Lifeway survey we shared earlier, we also found that 59% of Christian believers agree that the church replaced the nation of Israel as God's chosen people.
This is a great obstacle. It's a wall that we find difficult to overcome. So the blindness in part that's happened to Israel is a God thing. The blindness in part that's happened to the church is a demonic thing, and it needs to be destroyed with the truth. The truth always triumphs over the lie.
It goes back to covenant. And if we as Christians don't understand what covenant is, then we are hanging all of this information about Yeshua on what? We don't have anything to hang it on. We don't understand what those sacrifices were all about. We don't understand all the Torah and what Yeshua was actually fulfilling.